Hi students, in the grade 10th standard topic that we are discussing chemical reactions and equations, the chapter number 1, we had completed up to now the types of chemical reactions, and now we are discussing the last topics of the chapter, that is what we call corrosion. Have you ever experienced this corrosion in and around your surroundings? Let us take a very simple example. When you get any iron particles of the iron that are surrounding on its surface, they will be lustrous or they are shiny in nature. But when you leave that iron piece in the moisture for a longer duration, like 2 months or 3 months, do you still find it is shiny in nature? You may not find, but you will be observing it is developing some reddish brown coating around its surface. Then you used to say the iron was getting rusted. Now can you put some draw conclusions here? In the initial stages, the metals, the iron, like when we take the example, they are very clean at the surface, but after the long duration, they are reacting with the substances that are present around themselves. In the case of iron, it is reacting with atmospheric moisture, and some metals may react with some acids also, and they are losing their characteristic feature, that is the shiny nature, and they are developing in the case of iron like reddish brown color over the surface. This phenomena in which a metal reacts with the substances present around it, like the moisture or the acids around it that are present in the air or surroundings, it results in the form of corroding the metal, and the phenomena is known as corrosion. Let's give the definition on the board. Corrosion: when metals reacts with the substances around them, like moisture or any gases or any acids and so on, they are said to be corroded. They are said to be corroded. The phenomena is known as corrosion. The phenomena is known as corrosion. We have taken one example right now. What is the example we have taken right now? Example 1. Iron, when left in moisture, it forms reddish brown coating over its surface. That is we call as rust. What do we call this as the rust? This phenomena of corrosion that is taking place in the case of iron is causing a lot of damage for the particles made with iron. Can you could guess The cars that are made with iron, their bodies, and even the vehicles, the bikes, their body parts are made with iron. If at all you don't paint the body part of these vehicles, they will be reacting with atmospheric gases and they will be undergoing a form of corrosion. Ultimately, the vehicle will be damaged over its surface or on any part of the body of the vehicle, leading for the damage of entire vehicles. So, in an academic year or you take an year, there is an enormous loss for the constructions that are made with iron and the vehicles that are made with iron. Even the bridges that are made with iron are under corrosion. So, we are able to understand the corrosion is the process that is taking place around us. Do we know few more examples which are undergoing the process of corrosion? If not, let us take. What is the color of copper metal? We had already discussed in the previous session, that is oxidation and reduction reactions. Color of copper metal is brown color. What is the color of the copper metal? Brown color. When you leave any copper metal for atmospheric air for few days, its brown color will be changed to green coating over its surface. What is the change in color we are observing? Brown color coating is changing into green color coating. Why? The copper reacts with the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere. Moist carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere, resulting the copper carbonate surface, that is green in color. That is green in color. So, what is the observation we had observed in the case of copper? In the case of copper, copper reacts with moist carbon dioxide and forms a green coating of copper carbonate around its surface. So what is the change in color with the copper we observe? The change in color from brown is to green coating. Here what is the product that is formed here? It is forming the copper carbonate around the surface of the metal. Not only this, do you observe any time the silver articles at your home? If the silver articles are left for the moisture for many days, we will not use the word here moisture, when they are left for normal air for many days, they will be developing a black coating over their surface. The metallic silver that is left for air is developing a black coating over its surface because it is reacting with the sulfide that is present in the atmospheric air to form the black color silver sulfide. So we take it as our example number 3. We are taking it as our example number 3. Silver reacts with sulfur present in atmosphere or present in air and develops a black coating of silver sulfide sulfide. So these three examples we had understood that the metals are reacting with the moisture or the gases around them, or they will react with the acids that results under the loss of their surface. That's what we call they are under corroding. And the phenomena we call as the corrosion. Now, do we have any methods to prevent this corrosion? Yes, we have a lot of methods to prevent the corrosion. Let us discuss a few methods how to prevent the metals from the corrosion. So let us see what are the methods that we can use to prevent the corrosion. A few methods we can see. Whenever you purchase any car or bike, generally they will be purchased by seeing their color. You will purchase any car or bike by attracted by its color. Let us recall the vehicle made of iron. Why does it will be applied with a color? One thing, first that is being look for you, but the basic fundamental concept behind is the coating of color or the painting is preventing the metal from reacting with the substances present around it, and it is preventing it from the corrosion. It is preventing it from the corrosion. So whatever the iron grill you will have at your home, generally you will be painting with some color. That is to prevent it from the corrosion. So the methods that we use to prevent the corrosion, they are painting. In the previous days, whenever any metal is undergoing corrosion, they used to apply some oil. The oil will not let the moisture to react with the metal, and it is also preventing the metal from the corrosion. That is called oiling. And you do observe the buses, your school buses, at times they will be applied the grease. The grease will also prevent the metal from reacting with the substances around it. So the greasing is also the process that we use to prevent the metal from corrosion. Now we are getting a new word that we call galvanization. What is the new word, children? Galvanization. Galvanization. Now let us speak what is this galvanization. Before we continue in the next method, let us see what is meant by galvanization. Here we had already discussed about metal reactive series. There we had discussed potassium is more reactive than sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver and gold were arranged in their decreasing reactivity order. The galvanization is the process generally we use to prevent the iron from undergoing corrosion. Which one? Iron from undergoing corrosion. Let us imagine we got a piece of iron. This is the iron metal surface, and over the surface of this iron metal we will coating of zinc will be applied. Which one we are applying? Zinc we are applying. If you see the iron and zinc in the metal reactive series, where is the position of iron? We can observe here we have the iron and we have the zinc. Whenever we are observing iron is undergoing the process of corrosion, we are coating the iron with a highly reactive metal of zinc. Means whenever the atmospheric gases want to contact the surface of iron, first of all, they are contacting the surface of zinc. Means they are reacting with zinc because zinc is highly reactive than iron. By this method, we can prevent our iron from undergoing rusting, and this is also we can call as sacrificial method. Zinc is sacrificing itself to prevent iron from rusting. So, what is meant by the definition of galvanization? It is the process of coating zinc over iron to prevent iron from corrosion. To prevent iron from corrosion. Yes, we are using this process of coating zinc over iron to prevent the iron from the process of rusting. So this is the new word that we have observed. What is the new word meaning? Galvanization. There are many other processes. We are taking a few among them. We use the word chrome plating. What is the new method technique we can call as the chrome plating? This will prevent the metals from undergoing corrosion like the same of galvanization. And we are having the best technique that is called alloying. In your grade 9th standard, you had already discussed about alloy. You know the stainless steel that we have at your home? The stainless steel, it is not getting rusting. It is made up of iron only. But the iron is added by the carbon and nickel. These combination of different metals are giving new strength for the metal of iron, and they are preventing the metal from undergoing corrosion. So, alloying is a process in which a metal will be combined with another metal, or the metal is combined with a non-metal to strengthen the metal and prevent it from corrosion. So, these are few of the methods to prevent the process of corrosion. See, here corrosion can be prevented by any of the one method, and there are various methods other than these also. So, let us take up the next point in this chapter. So, let us see the last topic of this chapter, that is called rancidity. What is the topic name we call? Rancidity. Yes, you people be generally eating the Lays or Kurkure as your time pass. Now, whenever you observe that Lays packet or the Kurkure packet, their packet will be flushed with some gas. We don't know what the gas is basically, but after opening the packet, your food is ready to be eaten. Do you observe that food, the Lays or Kurkure, they have some oil content in them? You, instead of eating the food directly, leave it open and try to eat or smell it after 3 days. The open packet of the Lays or Kurkure. Do you find any difference in the smell? Yes, you do find observe in the difference in the smell, and they when left for air for few days, they become rancid. Rancid means their smell and also taste changes. They cannot be taken up. So this process we call as the rancidity. What do you call the process as the rancidity? Let us give the definition here. The fat or oil containing food part materials when left to air becomes rancid. That is, their smell and taste changes because the food particles are getting oxidized. The reason is food particles are getting oxidized. Food particles are oxidized. So we cannot consume when they are left for air. Then what is the process to prevent this food particles that are made of fat or oil to prevent from the process of rancidity? From the process of rancidity. This whole process we call as the rancidity. Before you open the packet, you observe these packets are flushed with some gas. That gas is called nitrogen gas. What the gas called as the nitrogen gas. So this nitrogen gas prevents the food that is made of fat or oil from getting oxidized and getting rancid. So it is one of the method. Hence, we will be generally questioned with this one. Why the food packets are flushed with nitrogen gas or which gas? To prevent the food from oxidation, the food packets are preserved with or flushed with nitrogen gas because that does not react. That does not react. So, methods to prevent rancidity. To prevent rancidity. What are the methods we have to prevent the process of rancidity? The first method is food packets made up of oil or fat but flushed with nitrogen gas to prevent the food from oxidation, as nitrogen gas does not react with the air easily. Second thing, you can preserve the food in an airtight container that will reduce the process of oxidation. So, storing the oil containing food in airtight containers, reduces oxidation. Reduces oxidation. This is the second method. And for the food particles, at times the manufacturers will add some compounds that will prevent them from oxidation. They are called as the antioxidants. Antioxidants are the substances that prevent oil or fat containing food from undergoing oxidation, from undergoing oxidation, from undergoing oxidation. Some examples we can take. The names are very important for us for the objective purpose. Let us see the names of the examples. So there are two main examples that we come across in the objective purpose for the NTSC. They are BHA, that is called butylated hydroxy anisole. One of the examples is butylated hydroxy anisole. Another example is BHT, butylated hydroxy toluene. These are also added for the food particles to prevent them from undergoing oxidation. So they are called as the antioxidants. So we had concluded this entire chapter up to here. Whenever you have any doubt, you can refer these all videos as we cover the whole chapter of chemical reactions and equations.